Now we know that IMP is the first purine nucleotide to be synthesized. Now we will learn how this IMP can be converted to AMP and GMP. Aspartate condenses with IMP in presence of GTP to form adenyl succinate. The enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is adenyl succinate synthase. So adenyl succinate synthase catalyzes the formation of adenyl succinate. So this adenyl succinate is cleaved by the enzyme adenyl succinase to form AMP and fumarate. So this is how IMP can be converted into AMP. Now we will see how IMP can be converted into GMP. So IMP undergoes NAD dependent dehydrogenation to form XMP, that is xanthosine monophosphate. The enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is NAD dependent IMP dehydrogenase. Now the glutamine transfers amide nitrogen to XMP to produce GMP. The enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is guanosine phosphate synthase, so which requires ATP. Now you can see formation of AMP from IMP requires GTP and formation of GMP from IMP requires ATP. So there is cross regulation of these two mechanisms of conversion of IMP to AMP and GMP. After the synthesis of AMP and GMP, they can be converted to their respective nucleoside diphosphates and nucleoside triphosphate. Now let us learn how they are converted into their respective di and triphosphates. So nucleoside monophosphates, for example AMP and GMP, they can be converted to their respective nucleoside diphosphates, that is ADP and GDP, where ATP is the phosphate donor. Once it donates its phosphate, it becomes ADP. And the enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is nucleoside monophosphate kinase. Now this nucleoside diphosphates, that is ADP and GDP, can be converted to their respective ATP and GTP. Again the phosphate donor is ATP. And the enzyme which catalyzes this reaction is nucleoside diphosphate kinases. We know that purine metabolism or purine biosynthesis actually forms ribonucleotides, but deoxyribonucleotides are the building blocks of DNA. Then how are these deoxyribonucleotides formed in the body? They are not formed via de novo synthesis, but they are formed from their corresponding ribonucleotides. So these ribonucleotides, they undergo reduction at their C2 position. So we know ribonucleotides, they have ribose sugar in their structure, and at the C2 position this hydroxyl group is there. So this is actually replaced with an hydrogen atom. So this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme ribonucleotide reductase. So this ribonucleotide reductase actually catalyzes the reduction reaction for all the 4 ribonucleotides, that is ADP, GDP, CDP and UDP. Now we will see the reaction mechanism. This ribonucleotide reductase, actually it is a multi-subunit enzyme. It is a tetrameric, which is a heterotetrameric protein which has two different subunits R1 and R2 with allosteric sites. So the sulfhydryl group of this enzyme, provides the hydrogen atom required for reduction. So, and this hydroxyl group at C2 position is converted or reduced to H, and this is catalyzed by ribonucleotide reductase. Now a protein cofactor, that is thioredoxin, is the one which supplies the reducing equivalents, and it during the process it gets converted into oxidized form, but we cannot have this oxidized form. We have to regenerate the reduced thioredoxin, and this is done by a selenium dependent enzyme, that is thioredoxin reductase, which is a NADP dependent also. So thioredoxin reductase converts the oxidized thioredoxin back to reduced thioredoxin. We can have a similar reaction with one more protein cofactor, that is glutaredoxin. So glutaredoxin, when it comes in this reaction, it gets converted into oxidized glutaredoxin, which can be converted back to reduced form by the enzyme glutathione reductase, again which is an NADPH dependent reaction. So coming to the regulation of this enzyme, the activity of ribonucleotide reductase is regulated by allosteric modulators, which ensures that this synthesis of deoxyribonucleotides occur only when the cell are actively synthesizing DNA, that is during cell division. So as a preparatory step to cell division, the conversion of ribonucleotides to deoxyribonucleotides happen. Apart from that, deoxy ATP is an inhibitor of ribonucleotide reductase. So now we saw that all these four ribonucleotides can be converted to their deoxy form. What about thymidylate monophosphate? That we will learn during pyrimidine biosynthesis. Regulation of purine biosynthesis. Hepatic biosynthesis of purine nucleotide is stringently regulated. It is regulated at two stages. The first one is regulation of IMP formation. The second stage is regulation of AMP and GMP formation by IMP. So first we will see the regulation of IMP formation. So there are two important rate limiting enzymes of de novo synthesis, that is PRPP synthetase. The second enzyme is glutamyl PRPP amidotransferase. So once the PRPP is converted into 5-phosphoribosylamine, it is a committed step. So the reaction catalyzed by glutamyl PRPP amidotransferase is called a committed step. Once this happens, it has to undergo de novo synthesis. There is no other way this PRPP can be utilized. Now we will see a little more about how these two enzymes are regulated. If you see the overall rate of purine biosynthesis, it mainly depends upon this molecule concentration, that is PRPP concentration, which in turn depends upon the substrate, that is ribose 5-phosphate. If there is more ribose 5-phosphate, then there is more synthesis of PRPP. Apart from this, the PRPP concentration also depends upon the activity of the enzyme PRPP synthetase. So this PRPP synthetase activity is allosterically inhibited by AMP, ADP, GMP and GDP. Now looking at the second, or the committed step of de novo synthesis, which is catalyzed by glutamyl PRPP amidotransferase, which is regulated by both substrate and the end products. So the substrates, that is the PRPP, which is an activator of this enzyme, and the end products like GTP, GDP, GMP, ATP, ADP, AMP, they are all inhibitor of this enzyme. How they do? It is actually converting an inactive form to active form. So this enzyme is inactive in dimeric state, which is activated by all these end products, that is GMP, AMP and all. So whenever there is increased concentration of these end products, they convert the monomeric form to dimeric form, thereby converting the enzyme into an inactive form. But the PRPP converts this dimeric form into a monomeric form, that is an active
enzyme?
Regulation of AMP and GMP formation from IMP. AMP and GMP feedback regulate their own formation from IMP. So AMP feedback inhibition on adenylosuccinate synthetase. Similarly, GMP through feedback inhibition inhibits IMP dehydrogenase. Thereby, they regulate their own formation from IMP. Apart from this, we also know that formation of AMP from IMP requires GTP and formation of GMP from IMP requires ATP. That means there is cross regulation of these two mechanisms. So this cross regulation between the pathways of IMP metabolism thus serves to balance the biosynthesis of purine nucleotides. Inhibitors of purine nucleotide synthesis. We already know that purine nucleotide synthesis requires folic acid, glutamine, glycine, aspartate, and etc. So generally antifolates and glutamine analogs, they inhibit purine nucleotide synthesis. Now let us see some examples for this inhibition. 6-mercaptopurine, it inhibits conversion of IMP to AMP and GMP. So during this conversion, there are two important enzymes, that is adenylosuccinase and IMP dehydrogenase. Both these enzymes are inhibited by 6-mercaptopurine. Next is methotrexate and aminopterin. So they are antifolate drugs, commonly used as anti-cancer drugs. They competitively inhibit dihydrofolate reductase. So dihydrofolate reductase is an enzyme required for the conversion of dihydrofolate to tetrahydrofolate, which is an active form of vitamin folic acid. Azathioprine and diazonorlucin. These two are glutamine analogs. So azathioprine inhibits FGAM synthetase, diazonorlucin inhibits glutamyl PRPP amidotransferase. Mycophenolic acid. Mycophenolic acid inhibits IMP dehydrogenase preferentially in T and B lymphocytes, where it inhibits their proliferation and thereby suppresses the cell-mediated immune response and antibody formation. Because of this property, they are used to reduce acute and chronic rejection in allograft and also in some autoimmune disorders. So the common inhibitors of purine nucleotide synthesis are 6-mercaptopurine, methotrexate, aminopterin, azathioprine, diazonorlucin, and mycophenolic acid. Apart from this, you also can go back and look for other inhibitors of purine nucleotide synthesis.